What's up guys? Welcome back to some more spooky makeup. So if you guys didn't know, I actually put up a vampire tutorial last year for Halloween, but it was one of my first tutorials that I ever did on my channel, and I definitely feel like I've improved a lot since then, so I wanted to do a different version of a vampire for Halloween this year. So if you guys would like to see how I did this super cool vampire queen makeup, then just keep watching. So I'm starting off with a clean face, and I'm wearing this super cute silvery blonde wig from Elf Wigs. Jumping right into the makeup, I'm first starting by priming my face with my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, but really any primer will work. This is just personally one of my favorites to use. Next is foundation. I'm taking my usual mix of my LA Girl White Foundation with my L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation and blending that out with a damp beauty blender. This is kind of my go-to routine for a super light base, but if you're not as fair as me, I would just recommend buying the LA Girl White Foundation or really any other white foundation mixer and just mixing that with your regular foundation to get a lighter base without looking super ghostly. I mean, unless that's like the look you're trying to go for, so it's really up to you. White cream paint would also probably work, but the LA Girl foundation is like $6 and definitely way better quality than cream paint. To set my foundation, I'm taking my NYX HD setting powder on a large fluffy brush as usual. To contour, I'm actually going in with my Modern Renaissance palette and first going in with the shade Bon Fresco, which is like a light lavender shade, and putting that in all the places I normally contour, like my cheekbones, my temples, and my jawline. I then went over that with the shade Love Letter, which is a dark pink raspberry shade, and I hollowed out everything even more. I also used the shade Love Letter on a small fluffy brush to contour my nose, taking that down the sides and blending that all the way right underneath my eyebrows. For eyebrows, I'm going to be doing something I've actually never done before, and that is using liquid liner on them. I'm taking my NYX white liquid liner and covering my brows with that, then using a clean spoolie to blend that into my brows. I really like the way this turned out looking, and it gives it kind of a grayed out look versus a blonde look, if that makes sense. I feel like it really matched my silver wig really well, so. Moving on to the eyes, I'm first priming my eyelids with my BH Cosmetics eyeshadow primer, just applying and blending that out with my fingers. I'm then going in with the shade Bon Fresco on a large fluffy brush as a transition shade, as well as just to set that primer before packing color onto it. Then taking the shade Love Letter again, I'm just putting that all over my eyelids, first with a flat packing brush, and then blending that into the crease with a fluffy brush. Also, I'm winging it out at the outer corners. I'm working in layers to build up the color, keeping it most intense on the eyelids and fading it out towards the crease. I also blended Love Letter underneath my eyes and in my inner corner, as well as down the sides of my nose. For a little bit of extra depth, I added some Cypress Umber just to the outer corner of my eye, using a small fluffy brush. For eyeliner, I actually went back in with my NYX white liquid liner and I did a pretty large winged eyeliner. I also am bringing that to a point in my inner corner. This eyeliner can be really tricky to work with because it doesn't layer very well and it can start to crack and look really streaky, so I would just avoid going over this more than you need to if possible if you're going to be using the same liquid eyeliner as I am. I'm also going to be using that white liner for mascara by just coating my top and bottom lashes fully. Just be careful when you're doing this not to get it in your eye because that fucking sucks. I decided to go back in with Love Letter and put that underneath my eyes in my kind of bag area, just emphasizing my pre-existing bags because it gives me that more tired and hungry look, and that's kind of what we're going for. Moving on to the veins, I'm taking a dark red cream paint on a small liner brush to draw on these veins. I'm starting right underneath my lash line, just drawing them down my cheeks, using jagged movements to keep them more random and natural looking. You want to basically just draw a squiggly line and then draw more little squiggly lines branching off of that in different directions. The more random you can keep this pattern, the more real it will look. If you need to, you can look at reference images of veins to go off of. I also am trying to keep the color darkest at the center of the veins closest to my eye and then fading them out the further I get. Then just to give it some depth, I went back in with some dark purple cream paint and just added that to the part of the veins closest to my eye and just tapped it out with my finger. I also decided to add this cute little white upside down cross on my cheek using my liquid liner. This was actually my boyfriend Clinton's idea to add this, and I know you can't see him obviously, but he was sitting on my bed behind the camera while I was filming this and he suggested I add it. He is a very helpful being and I think it looks super cute. So now for my favorite part of this makeup, the lips. I decided to do a blurred out ombre lip because it just felt very fitting to the character I was trying to create. I did this by first going in with Love Letter again on a fluffy brush and blending that around the edges of my lips. I then took some of my LA Colors liquid lipstick in this super pretty deep red color, the shade of which I cannot remember for the life of me, and it has worn off the packaging, but you get the idea. You can find a similar color, I'm sure. Anyways, I put that in the center of my lips at first, pressing my lips together to blend it out a little bit, and then going back in with the same fluffy brush and blending them out fully. Then I just put a little bit more lipstick right in the center of my lips again, all the way to the edges, and just blended that out the teeniest bit, and that's it. It is super easy to do, but I think it really gives a great effect, especially when it's covered in fake blood. Then I put on this freaking incredible crown that my amazing boyfriend Clinton made for me by carving it out of foam and then painting it. I'm sure like a lot more went on creating that. I don't even know. He's just literally the coolest, and I have no idea how he does this kind of stuff. I also popped in my red mesh contacts that Camo Eyes was kind enough to send me, and my fangs. The ones I'm wearing are the Scarecrow Petite fangs that you can get from most Halloween stores. I believe I got mine from Spirit Halloween. And that's it. You're all done. You're ready to go suck some blood and take some names, or however that saying goes. I just want to give some thanks, as I usually do at this part of the video, to the awesome people that made this video possible in the first place. A huge thank you to my lovely friend Mary for being the actress, aka my victim, in the beginning of this video. We have been trying to do a video together forever, and I'm super happy with how this came out. Also, a big thank you to Clinton for filming this intro. These super cool cinematic intros that I do wouldn't be possible without him and his fancy camera skills. I'm super lucky to know such great people, and I definitely recommend you check them out. I will leave all their social media links in the description below, as well as the link to my specific wig and my contacts that I'm wearing. If you guys do decide to use this look for Halloween, definitely tag me on Instagram because I would love to see it. If you liked this video, don't forget to click that like button for me if you want, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more of the spooky stuff I've got coming out this month, as well as just the other garbage content that I create. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay spooky. I love you guys. Bye. Wait, I got it.
Gotta really want it.
All I want is Taco Bell right now.
Okay, so ready? Mary, you're looking behind, you're looking over there. 3, 2, 1, and action, go. Cool. Okay, just gotta look at it a little bit closer. Just gotta get a little bit closer. Okay, yeah, perfect.